Last fall, Micah decided that a more college-like experience for him should involve living in our residence halls, and subsequently we received contract requests from him and others in the program.
How does our society, and thus every institution in our society, support and encourage the dream and the principle that every human being has a right to reach his or her potential? What is your potential? What is the potential of your children and your grandchildren? As parents, Janice and I have also known and always believed that Micah and others with cognitive or intellectual disabilities, we used to say mental retardation, will reach his human potential because the school, the teachers, the students, the neighborhood, the region, the country, and the world will become inclusive and facilitate the space and the place for Micah and others to grow. It's not only about how Micah grows, it's about how the world around him grows.
Right. And that he doesn't have to be an individual. It can be a community. And when the community is not busy being born and reinventing how it looks at itself, and not, as Judith said, acting as dinosaurs, but trying to really make...
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for letting me speak.
Dr. Michael Peterson.
And since we live in the same community, and Michael is not currently living in the dorm, on Tuesday nights I drive him home. And it was during one of those late night drives that I asked Michael, why is he so intent and so going to such extremes to live in the dorm? And his answer to me was that I want to change the world.
Now Micah is asking that another opportunity be afforded to him, one that would not reasonably be denied to most students, even those of us who are not nearly as dynamic a student as Micah is. Having lived in the dorms myself, I know exactly what it is that Micah is pursuing. Even here at a small school, a commuter school, a school with a relatively quiet campus life, living in the dorms changes and shapes a person. It's a type of social interaction and growth experience that cannot be replicated or imitated. Living in the dorms for only 1 year helped to change me and shape me into the man that I am today, and I would not change that experience for the world. Now, I am a pragmatist. I understand that Micah is not like every other student. He has special needs that distinguish him from most of his colleagues, and in turn, specific challenges that would face him were he to live in the dorms. But no one has more to overcome than Micah. This process could not possibly be more difficult for anyone than Micah. And if he is willing and even eager to face those challenges, to overcome them in order to embrace the experience of living on campus, then I say let no one stand in his way. Micah has proven time and time again that everything he touches at OU, every student and in turn student organization, is richer for the experience. I ask that the board agree to embrace this challenge with Micah and to continue to put Oakland University at the forefront in progressive education.
I was in the overflow room, so I'm sorry for my tiredness. Dr. Russi, members of the board, guests, my name is Steve Clark, and I am the student body president here at Oakland University. As the president, I believe I'm the voice for the students, and today, I'm very, very proud to be here today in front of you all because standing up for the students is what I believe in, and that's why I'm here. I met Micah in April, and immediately, hello, how are you doing? And so we've become friends over the last 6 months or so. I'm here not to give quotes of justice, of perseverance. I don't have any of those. I have no new facts to persuade you to let Micah live in these dorms. I do, however, can tell you that Micah has worked on this campaign for him to live in the dorms by himself. I have only gotten 10 signatures out of his 1,000 or more. Make no mistake that his work for his campaign is done by him. I think that this situation is a difficult one for the board and the president, Dr. Schneider, but I'm here just to ask you, as those who govern this school, we have given you this opportunity to govern us in a fair and equitable manner. I ask you to look into a situation. Don't just look it by, pass it by. You guys have started this great program called the Options Program, and I just ask you to take a deep, deep, long look into his situation. If he is not a student, I don't know what really one is. I understand he doesn't have a GPA. I understand he hasn't graduated high school. But I do know that Micah, I know you're here somewhere, I can't see you. I have so much respect for you and for what you've done. I believe in hard work, and that's what you've done. Sometimes hard work doesn't pay off, I think that success is a journey, not a destination. And in front of all these people today and these witnesses, I would like to say to you, you have earned my respect. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Daniel, you.
Thank you very much to the board for letting me come. I'm Roger McCarville. I'm host of a television show called Disabilities Today, a show on abilities. And that's what I'm here today. This is the learning institution. What level of learning do we do? And I think you have a chance to take a young man like Fialka, Micah, and bring him into this school. What you're going to do is you're going to learn the abilities of people with disabilities. And, you know, we do it with ADA. We see in a wheelchair, let's make accommodation, get a ramp, get a bathroom I can use. People that are sight disabled, the same thing. You put the accommodations in there. Hearing, I got a hearing that we have that. When we have that intellectual disability, it seems to fall away. It's like the hidden disabilities. We don't realize how much you can learn from these students that have that intellectual disability. I did a show here the other day on the campus of a young man with Down syndrome. Whoever heard of him having a radio show on a university, 8 to 10 every Friday morning with Down syndrome, interviewing me and talking about it. And you're seeing the abilities that people have if they have the chance to get their intellectual level up there. And I think one of the bad things is you're not going to learn the whole thing unless you have people living in your facility. And then you can see how Micah lives and how some of these other people live and get around, and the students learn. And they get out and they'll see how we do it. And we're on every college campus where a PBS station is at on our show weekly. And they're seeing this all over America and what you're doing here. And that options program you have is the most fantastic one, and where it can go. And I just congratulate you here. We're coming back after you for sports. So thank you for letting us come here and talk to you.